welcome to a weekly reading vlog that is starting on a Tuesday. Monday was a whole last day at work, and I didn't feel like updating the camera. However, I did finish a book and start another, so I'll tell you about that when I get home from work. But my plans for the day are go to work, and while I'm there, continue with The Last of August by Brittany Cavallaro, which is on my TBR, and I'm currently 71 pages in. I will tell you more about it later. I started the Sinister Mystery of the Mesmerizing Girl on audio last night, so if I go out and about on my lunch break I will put my headphones in and listen to that. And later on I will tell you how I felt about The Devil in the Dark Water, which was not on my TBR, but my library haul came in and I thought best to get it out of the way now. So yeah, I will catch up with you later. Hope you're having a good day. It's Wednesday, my dudes. And it has, it's my second vlog clip of the week. It's Wednesday, it's midday, and I haven't updated you at all. So, Monday, I was like 40% of the way through The Devil in the Dark Water on audio, which I'm not going to give you a plot summary from my brain because I finished it now and I feel like I could spoil things, which would be like bad. So let me get it up on Goodreads and give you the actual synopsis that publishers think is fine, and then I'll tell you about other things I've read, because I've finished another book since then and I'm just rubbish. I'm out of practice with this, obviously. So, The Devil and the Dark Water by Stuart Turnton. A murder on the high seas, a detective duo, a demon who may or may not exist. It's 1634 and Samuel Pepys, the world's greatest detective, is being transported to Amsterdam to be executed for a crime he may or may not have committed. Travelling with him is his loyal bodyguard Arent Hayes, who is determined to prove his friend innocent, but no sooner are they out to sea than devilry begins to blight the voyage. A twice-dead leper stalks the decks. Strange symbols appear on the sails, livestock is slaughtered, and then 3 passengers are marked for death, including Samuel. Could a demon be responsible for their misfortunes? With Pip's imprisoned, only Arent can solve a mystery that connects every passenger on board. I'm not going to read the rest of it, that's all kind of useless. I didn't read that before going in because everyone was talking about Stuart Turnton's previous book, The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, and when I saw this one available as an audiobook from my library I was like, hey, I need to read more mysteries, why not go for that, and didn't bother reading anything about it other than I knew it was set at sea. So I didn't know it was about a famous detective going into it, and I feel like if I had, my enjoyment may have been lower because he doesn't play a massive, like, it is all about Arent, and I'd say the main character is not even mentioned in the synopsis. Like, I feel like Sarah is one of the main characters, or Sarah, however it's pronounced. I'm sure the audiobook said Sarah. But yeah, I had a good time for most of it. I rated it 4 stars. The ending was terrible. Like, the atmosphere was good, I enjoyed the audiobook, the narration was good, I was intrigued. I have been like no thoughts, head empty for like the past like 4 weeks now because I had COVID and then got terrible news at work, and I've just been so tired trying to keep up with everything at work, and everything's just been a lot. So I was specifically telling myself not to try and think too much reading it. I was like, just go along for the ride, maybe you'll enjoy the end more that way, because everyone else has been like, the ending though. But the ending though, it was bad. I don't know what Stuart Turnton was aiming for, but it was not satisfying remotely, and I was incredibly disappointed. But it still got 4 stars because I was really enjoying it up until like the last 2 chapters. So yeah, my thoughts on that. And then I started a book that's actually on my TBR for TBR Mash. If you've not seen my TBR video, I will link it below, as well as Chloe's channel. So Chloe from Persistent Bookworm played TBR Mash for me. And if I don't complete my TBR, I have asked Chloe to come up with a punishment for me, so I don't want to get to that point. So the book is The Last of August by Brittany Cavallaro. This is the second book in the Charlotte Holmes series, and I don't really want to explain what this one is about because it's a sequel. So, A Study in Charlotte is the first book in the series, and it's about Jamie, who is a descendant of Watson from the original Sherlock Holmes stories. And he gets a rugby scholarship to go to a boarding school in America called Sherringford, I believe. And there he finds out that Charlotte Holmes, the descendant of Sherlock Holmes, is also a student, and they meet, they become friends, and they are framed for murder. And it's a fun time. So this series, I gave this 4 stars. The ending of this had me absolutely shook. I picked this series up because Raquel Marie who wrote Ophelia After All, which is a fantastic book. I read it earlier this year, amazing. She screams about it on Twitter. She screams about like the relationship dynamic. I'm like, honestly, I see it. These people, they're so bad for each other, but also so great for each other. Like, they're quite toxic as people. Like, but it works. Like, I'm not saying that you should try and emulate their relationship. I'm not saying that either of these are healthy individuals. But Charlotte and Jamie, like, I love them. They're great. Their dynamic is fantastic. It's written in a fun way. They're pretty short. I flew through both of them in sort of 1 or 2 sittings. Studying Charlotte I read in 1 sitting. This I read over 2, but only because on Monday night I had just finished The Devil in the Dark Water and it was quite late, and I read like 50 pages of this and then read it Tuesday evening, and it was a good time. I enjoyed it. I can't wait to read the next one, but I have a TBR to get through first, so yeah. So today, what's going on today? Today I need to film, so that's my next plan, hence the lipstick. I wouldn't have this on just to work from home. I didn't put any effort into the rest of my makeup though, so that's probably a mistake. But yeah, so what else? I started the Sinister Mystery of the Mesmerizing Girl. I'm going to try and get the sticker off eventually, but this is book 3 in the Extraordinary Adventures of the Athena Club by Theodore Goss. I finished European Travel for the Monstrous Gentlewoman on sort of like the 1st of April. I kind of wanted to finish it in March, but just didn't have the time. That book is chunky. But yeah, this is also part of my TBR. I'm listening to this on audio from Scribd and they're a lot of fun. I really love them. And so it's about the children of Gothic characters. So our first book, we open with Mary Jekyll, who is the daughter of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And she begins to sort of collect friends who are monsters because they've all been experimented on by their fathers and become sort of monstrous, and then they sort of deal with the alchemical society that their fathers were part of and solve mysteries. Sherlock Holmes is also in this. That seems to be a theme I've been enjoying recently, and yeah, very excited to continue with this. I've listened to like 2 chapters of this. I've just put it on as I've been going to sleep, but I'm excited to dive in more, hoping to sort of go on a walk over the weekend. I've got a lot of tidying to do in my room later today, but honestly I just kind of want to listen to Green Green Dress from Tick Tick Boom and A Message in a Bottle from Taylor Swift's Taylor's version. So we'll see. And my next physical read, also on my TBR, I'm like killing it. It's going to be A Far Wilder Magic by Alison Saft. So this is, I really didn't explain what it was about in my TBR video because honestly I don't really know. I just have seen the author talking about it on the interwebs and it seems to just be very romantic and mildly fantastical, and I'm here for those vibes. So do I read you the synopsis? In A Far Wilder Magic, Alison Saft has written an achingly tender love story set against a deadly hunt in an atmospheric, rich fantasy world that will sweep you away. I mean, that's just got "this was written for Megan" all over it, so I'm excited to start this one. And I got the hardcover, which is stunning. And do I show you the beautiful pre-order print I got? I'll show you later. It's under a pile of things right now and I don't want to disrupt them. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. What else? Have I got anything else to update you on? The Illumicrate Sands of Aurora duology has gone on sale yesterday, and I had yet to log into my account to like make sure everything was working fine, so I did that this morning and I bought those and I'm very excited. It's like, it's over here, you can't see it, but it's on my favourite shelf. I love that duology so much, and I'm very excited that someone is doing special editions. I would not be mad if more companies also decided to do special editions, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I don't know if there are any sprints happening tonight. I think maybe Becca and Ashley are doing some, so maybe I'll pop those on whilst I make a start with this. Or maybe after I've tidied I will put my audiobook on and cross stitch while sprints are happening. Who knows? But yes, I should really sort of collect all of my favourites of the year so I can film. And by the year I mean 2021. So yeah, I'm gonna go film. Should collect all those favourites together so I can tidy up that mess as soon as I've created it. Oh, and it's just started raining. Fabulous. Okay, well, I will catch up with you later on today because palette. I'm going to keep this real brief because I've just finished work and then eaten food. But yeah, I've done very little since we last spoke, and now I need to tidy. So I'm going to pick up the audiobook for the Sinister Mystery of the Mesmerizing Girl, because like, do I want to just be listening to music? Like, yes, but I've not been very productive today, and it will make me feel better to make some progress in the Sinister Mystery of the Mesmerizing Girl, even though it's not real progress in like my actual goals in life. So the plan is listen to audiobook and tidy, fix some job application stuff because work is hell, and then read. What are we reading? We're reading this. Maybe I will just fall down a hole. So yeah, maybe once I've done job application stuff, I will feel terrible and instead just start rewatching Bridgerton. That could be what I end up doing. But for now the plan is to start this. Maybe I'll get a gin, set up in my chair with a candle, be a vibe. But I need to tidy first, so I'm gonna go figure out where I put my headphones after work yesterday and get cracking with this. Hi guys, it's Saturday. It's like quite late on Saturday. I've not spoken to you since Thursday. I think I took like a couple of clips on my phone, but yeah, I've not made much progress with my reading. I got home from work at like 7 on Thursday. I was supposed to get home at 6 and just ate food and then camped out. Friday I went out after work with work people. We had a bit of a bitch about how terrible work is, and again out way later than I thought I would be. Came home and read like 20 pages before passing out, and today I've made myself look a little pretty because I'm going out for my friend's 25th today. Melissa, you're the best. I've read nothing. I've accomplished nothing. I filmed a video because I did film a video the other day, and then the lighting was so bad that it just had sunspots all over the whole thing, and I couldn't when I was editing it, I just couldn't. So filmed that again. Maybe I'll have time to edit it before I have to go out, so I'm going to get changed and put that footage and hope for the best. But yeah, no updates for today. Probably going to be no updates tomorrow because I will be hungover for sure, but I'll try and get some footage of the very nice Italian restaurant we go to, and if we go out to any clubs afterwards, which is the plan, but I am an old lady, so we'll see if that happens. And yeah, good checking in. Also, how cute is this little cup? So I'm terrible at staying hydrated unless I have a straw. Don't know why. So my friend has an Etsy store. I will link it down below. I think it's One Crafty Penguin, and she does these cute little tumblers with like personalised things on them. I didn't get it personalised because I just really like this design. You can get your name on them, you can get pretty much anything you want, and yeah, she'll send it out to you, and I'm obsessed. And I really struggle to stay hydrated. I don't know why. I've always sucked at drinking water. So my phone screen literally, my phone's on charge, it's so far away, it says drink more water on it, and this, I just take it with me everywhere. This and my Chili's bottle, which doesn't have a straw, but for some reason, because it's a really cute teal colour, I can also drink out of it. But yeah, I'll link her down below. Please check her out if you're interested in really cute personalised thingamabobs. Now I'm actually gonna go. Wednesday, my dudes. I've been ill since Sunday. This is the first day I've really felt like a person. I've read nothing, accomplished nothing, and yeah, it sucks. So I figured I'd just extend this vlog until I'm finished with my current reads, and then hopefully that'll be either today or tomorrow, and then I can start. What can I start? Assassin's Apprentice. Trying to read that in a short time frame. I was going to do it for a week, but if I'm starting it next, then I may as well try and do it for the bank holiday weekend, because I do get the Tuesday off work as well, and I have a couple of train journeys on Saturday that I can make some serious progress. And maybe you'll get to meet my bookish friend with me. I'm going visiting someone on Saturday. Maybe I'll take you along. So what have I been up to? Nothing. I've been sleeping and I've been watching One Tree Hill clips on YouTube. So yeah, that's it. That's the only update. I'm gonna lie here and wait for my phone to charge and watch sprints. Becca from Becca in the Books is hosting Patreon sprints right now, so I'm gonna participate in those a little bit. Listening to the Sinister Mystery. The Sinister Mystery of the Mesmerizing Girl, and maybe pick up A Far Wilder Magic. Hopefully get those finished soon, so I can finally move on to the Assassin's Apprentice trilogy. What have I even said in this clip? Does it make any sense? I don't know. I've slept so much since Sunday, which the last time you saw was probably me cuddled up with the dog. After that, I've literally just been in bed non-stop. Nothing else has happened. Not been to work. I've felt terrible. I still feel terrible, but I've also slept like I'd say 35 out of the last 48 hours, so I'm awake now and hopefully accomplishing things. We'll see. I'll check in later, hopefully, and it's not just you getting a wrap up of this vlog when I finish the books with like no extra updates. Hi. It's been a hot second. So it's now, do I even know where my phone is? I do. It's now 5 to 9 on Wednesday evening. I finished another book, so like yay me, I guess. So I finished The Sinister Mystery of the Mesmerizing Girl by Theodore Goss, the final book in the extraordinary adventures of the Athena Club series, and I'm honestly sad it's over. Like the last like chapter is just like very quick snippets of like more cases that they've had that we've sort of been alluded to throughout the other 3 books, and I just like I want them. Like I want more. So yeah, what is this series about? So book 1, The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter. We open with Mary Jekyll, who is the daughter of Dr. Jekyll, and he is missing, presumed dead, has been for several years. Her mother has just died, and now she needs to figure out how to sort of keep the house afloat, because she has very little money, and she has just found out that there is a constant payment going out of her mother's bank account to like a specific beneficiary, and she's trying to figure out what that is, what it's for. So she goes to cancel it, but she has to cancel it sort of from the root, so she needs to know what it's for. And whilst there, she meets Diana Hyde, her sister, because Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde are in fact the same person. And it's a murder mystery because girls around London are being murdered, and Mary wants to help solve it because she thinks her father might be involved, because her father was part of the society. They say it with such an accent. The Society des Alchemists, a society of alchemists, and they just keep causing trouble basically, and along the way they collect other monstrous daughters of people from gothic fiction, like Beatrice Rappaccini from Rappaccini's Daughter, Catherine from The Island of Dr. Moreau, who was a Puma woman, Justine Frankenstein, who is the wife of Adam Frankenstein from Mary Shelley's Frankenstein novel. Do you have anyone else? I've not in the first book, so I don't want to spoil anything because things continue to happen throughout books 2 and 3. So Mary goes to talk to Sherlock Holmes to try and get help with the previous sort of mystery surrounding her father and his death, and the new mystery that is upon them, and they form a sort of club together to help like solve mysteries and help problems and take down the Society of Alchemists. And this is the last book in the series, and I'm really sad about it. And it's got a really interesting writing style. Let's see if I can bring it up. So Catherine decides to tell the story of the club, but with the input the battery's dying, with the input of the other girls. And so for part of it, you'll just don't read it, but you'll just get like an indent of where the other girls are sort of giving their thoughts and their 2 cents about what's going on and what Catherine might be like exaggerating or dramatising, and it's just really good. And I gave it 4 stars. I gave all the books 4 stars, but like in my heart it's like a died, and I'm not sure where I got up to. But yeah, like new favourite series, even though all of the stories so far were 4 stars, but like they were really sort of closer to a 4.5. They're just, the vibes are impeccable and I love them, and the romance in this one, I finally got what I wanted. Like, that's all I'm going to say, but so good. So now I need a new audiobook, and I'm thinking I don't have either of the 2 classics I'm considering reading on audio. I was going to read The Great Gatsby because it's short, I own it, I want to read it eventually, but having just read European Travel for the Monstrous Gentlewoman and The Sinister Mystery of the Mesmerizing Girl, and having not read like the sort of backstory of 3 of the main characters, but Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is a bit longer than the other 2. I'm gonna try and read Rappaccini's Daughter and The Island of Dr. Moreau, and eventually I'll read Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna read those 2, but for audio I don't have either of those on audio, and I don't really want to spend a credit on them because they are pretty short. So my non-fiction of the month, I use non-fiction very liberally here, was going to be Ayawadi on Ayawadi by Richard Ayawadi, which I have on audio. So I'll start that later on, but for now I will be picking up, why am I showing you this? A Far Wilder Magic. I'm on page 140 right now, and it's about Maggie Welty, who is the daughter of a well-known alchemist and has basically been abandoned by her and lives in this sort of cold mansion, and has to fend for herself, like chop the firewood, keep the mansion like clean and tidy, and but the only company she's got really is her dog Trouble. And it's about Wes Winters, who is a hopeful trainee alchemist who has been kicked out of every apprenticeship he's ever had because he doesn't test well. Basically, I think the boy has some kind of dyslexia going on. So obviously this is set in a weird fantastical like old-timey world where like they haven't diagnosed dyslexia. Obviously I don't have dyslexia, don't know if it is, but he's definitely got some kind of thing going on that means he doesn't test well, but he does know things, he's still sort of competent, and he just needs someone to take a chance on him. And he's hoping that Maggie's mother Evelyn will do that, so he shows up on their doorstep, but Maggie is like, go away, you don't belong here. And then the next day he comes back all dejected and is like, please, like, let me talk to your mum. And Maggie is like, I feel so sorry for you, you look so pitiful, like, come in, you can wait for her to come back, which she says is going to be 2 weeks, but she doesn't know. And then the great hunt comes to Wigton, the town that they live, to hunt down this magic fox. Yeah, the legendary Howler. It's like a demiurge, and yeah, so they join up to take that down, and so far it's really good. We have sort of different versions of what I assume are Christianity and Judaism going on, so we have sort of fantastical takes on those. So and it's been interesting so far. I'm really looking forward to the romance that is sure to come. So yeah, I have some tea, I have Doritos, which I'm like, why am I thinking this is a good idea to read a book with? I don't know, but they're all I've got. And yeah, I'm feeling slightly more human, so I'm gonna read for about an hour, see how far I get, and check in with you tomorrow probably. Just popping in very quickly to say I've just read a line that just absolutely fucks. So the line, alchemy is nothing more than breaking matter down to its essence, but if the demiurges boil down to the very ether of the universe, what are their bodies made of? If they're truly divine, how can you decompose God himself? Like, imagine just having those thoughts, just being like, this is a totally normal sane line that I get to write down and put in my manuscript, like Alice and stuff. Hun. Hello, happy Thursday. I did not finish I Found All the Magic last night. I got to about page 200 and then I was having too good a time to try and rush through it while I was tired. Like, I was really enjoying it. It started getting not like steamy, but the tension's definitely building up. Like, the relationship is building from like an emotional standpoint, but it's more so building from there are two teenagers locked up in a house together, and one of them is attractive and charming, and one of them has like a quiet, kind of understated kind of thing going on, and they had like a collision and things got kind of, you know, tense. And I'm just enjoying that, like, we just have two teenagers being like kind of, are they teenagers? Two young people being like kind of horny, because like young people are. And like, yeah, it's fun, it's good. And like Wes is like living his best alchemist life, he's like doing good. I got stressed because something's going on with Maggie at the moment. She's doing like a shooting competition and like I'm stressed about the outcome. So my plan is, I didn't do any tidying yesterday, so to just do like a quick run around my room, light a candle, make some tea and read A Farewell to Magic. And then if I get to listening to Ayawadi and Ayawadi anymore, I think I got like halfway through it last night going to sleep, because it's not a long audiobook and it's fun, it's fine. I'm not enjoying it as much as A View from the Top, I think, because there's less concrete to like focus on. It is just Richard Ayoade like taking the piss out of himself and other sort of interviews that have happened in this format. But because of that, like it's funny, but it's not as funny. And I don't know. Like, I'm having a good time, but I'm not like recommending it. Like, it's not the best thing I've listened to. But it is easy, and I'm glad that I did not give myself the Age of Empire or Eating Animals, which are my other two non-fiction choices for the month. I'm glad I went with the slightly easier option. So yeah, that's good. Eventually I will pick up classic. I might not get to those this week. They might have to be an end of the month kind of deal once I've got through my BookBox books and my Assassin's Apprentice trilogy. I need to figure out when Spring Flingaween is, because Final Girls is just out on my TBR as my free pick, and if I miss it, then that's gonna be grim. So yeah, I'm gonna collate some of my nonsense and take my vitamin for the day. And yeah, if you haven't taken your vitamins today, guys, get on it. So yeah, I'm gonna put away the books that I've hauled so far in April. I'm going to make some tea. I'm gonna go see what my dog is doing, and then I'm gonna get ready to read for the evening. Good morning. It is Friday morning. Unfortunately, I did not finish this last night, but I finished it this morning on Sprints with Liv. It was really good. I really liked it. I gave it 4.5 stars. The romance went from like unwillingly attracted to I am in love with you just like a teensy tiny bit too quickly for me, but it was still chef's kiss. Loved it. Had a great time. The like hunting aspect of it, like I don't agree with hunting, but like it was interesting to read about. The religious sort of overtones were interesting to read about. The dynamics there were cool, and the sort of discussion of like toxic families and loving families, and it was just really good. I really liked it, and I highly recommend something with 4.5 stars. I finished Ayawadi and Ayawadi as I was falling asleep last night. It was fine, like 3.5 stars. It was funny, but it wasn't like mind-blowing. And that's it for this vlog. So what did I read? I read so many things. So I finished The Devil in the Dark Water by Stuart Turnton. I gave it 4 stars. Overall the execution was pretty good. I liked the atmosphere, but the ending was just trash. I read The Last of August by Brittany Cavallaro, which also had fun character dynamics. I'm invested in like the romance going on, and that ending was explosive. Oh wow. What an ending. So yeah, 4 stars. Enjoyed that. I then read The Sinister Mystery of the Mesmerizing Girl. 4 stars. Really fun characters. Really enjoyed the conclusion to the series of The Extraordinary Adventures of the Athena Club. I love them so much. New favourite series, despite the fact nothing in the series was 5 stars. Like, we're just going to ignore that. What else did I read? A Farewell to Magic. 4.5 stars. Really beautiful. Very sad it's only a standalone, but I'm looking forward to more of Alison Saff's writing. And Ayawadi and Ayawadi by Richard Ayoade, which was a like Mickey take interview with himself, and it was fine. 3.5 stars. So a pretty successful week and a half of reading, despite the fact I was ill for a lot of it. Had some really nice food, and now I'm gonna jump into starting my next reading vlog, so I'll see you in the next one. Please get in touch down below where my socials are linked. If you've got any thoughts about any of the books I've read, any questions, please come chat to me. Okay, I think that's awkward enough for now. I'll see you on the flip side.